All right, let's talk about something that's happening all around you, probably hundreds of times a day. Artificial intelligence is constantly making these little yes or no choices. Is this email junk? Is that picture your friend? Is this a movie you're going to love? But have you ever stopped to wonder how it actually makes that decision? Well, let's get into it. It all boils down to this, right? How on earth does a machine, just a bunch of code, look at something and decide if it's a yes or a no, a this or a that? It seems like magic, but I promise you, by the end of this, you are going to understand exactly how it works. And look, this is not some sci-fi far-off future stuff. This kind of decision-making is already completely woven into your daily life. It's happening right now, in the background, every single second. Just think about it for a second. Your email client has to decide, is this spam or is it not spam? Your phone looks at a face and goes, is this you or is it not you? A self-driving car's camera has to decide, is that a pedestrian or just a shadow? I mean, these are huge, sometimes high-stakes decisions, and they're all happening in the blink of an eye. So, what is the big secret? What's the magic trick that makes all of this possible? Well, it's actually a really simple idea that you already get. It's all about sorting things into the right groups. That's it. In the world of AI, this has a name. It's called classification. And here's the most important part. We're not asking the AI to predict a number, like what the temperature will be. No, we're asking it to predict a category, a label. We're just asking it one simple question. Which group does this belong to? And honestly, this is the perfect way to picture it. If you can understand the idea of sorting fruit, putting apples in one basket, oranges in another, then you basically understand AI classification. The AI is just learning which features make something an apple and which make it an orange. It's really that simple. Okay, so we get it. It's about sorting. But how does the AI actually learn how to do the sorting? How does it figure out where to draw the line between one group and the next? Let's walk through a super simple example. So imagine we want to predict if a student is going to pass or fail an exam based purely on how many hours they studied. We give the AI this data from past students. It sees that someone who studied 5 hours passed. Someone who studied 1 hour, well, they failed. The AI's job is to look at this and find the pattern. And this brings us to two really key terms you gotta know. First, there's the feature. That's just the input. It's the clue we give the AI, like the study hours. Then there's the label. That's the answer, the correct category we wanted to learn, like pass or fail. The AI's entire job is to learn the relationship between the clue and the answer. So how does it do it? Well, after looking at all that data, the AI essentially learns where to draw an invisible line. We call this the decision boundary. So in our student example, maybe it learns that the line is right at 3 hours of studying. From now on, any new student who studies more than 3 hours gets sorted into the pass group, and anyone below that line gets put in the fail group. And to make this crystal clear, let's just quickly compare classification to another AI task called regression. Classification, as we know, predicts a category, a group. Will it rain tomorrow? Yes or no. Regression, on the other hand, predicts a continuous number. What will the temperature be tomorrow? 72 degrees. So remember, category versus number. That's the whole game right there. All right, so now that we've got the foundation down, let's build on it a little. Because this whole sorting thing isn't just limited to two simple choices. Oh no, it can get a lot more complex. You really just have two main flavors. The first is binary classification. Binary just means two, right? So there are only two possible outcomes. Is a credit card transaction fraud or not fraud? Is this email spam or not spam? Then you have multi-class classification. And that's for when there are more than two groups. Is this a picture of an apple, a banana, or a mango? Same exact principle, you just have more baskets to sort everything into. So let's bring this full circle, back to where we started. Now that you know the mechanics behind it, I bet you're going to start seeing this powerful tool absolutely everywhere. It's the engine behind your phone's face recognition. It's used in medicine for disease detection. It's what powers those fraud alerts from your bank. It's that spam filter we keep talking about. It helps cars see objects. It's even behind the systems that recommend products or movies to you. I mean, the list is just endless. And we're not just talking about niche apps. The absolute giants of the tech world, your Googles, Microsofts, and Amazons, their core services depend on classification models running nonstop every single day to make their systems work for billions of us.
So this technology is already incredibly powerful, but it's not standing still. It's evolving at a crazy pace. So the big question is, where is all of this heading? What's next for the world of AI sorting?
Well, right now, we're in the era of deep learning, which is giving us super high accuracy for classifying really complex things like images and human speech. The next step is making it faster, real-time classification, which is absolutely essential for things like self-driving cars that need to make a decision instantly. And looking just a little further out, the really big push is toward explainable AI, systems that don't just give you an answer, but can actually tell you why they sorted something into a particular group. That's going to be huge for building trust in these systems. So, at the end of the day, if you take just one thing away from all this, let it be this simple definition. Classification is just when an AI sorts things into different buckets based on the patterns it's learned from the data we've shown it. It's that simple, powerful idea of putting things in the right basket. And that leaves us with one last, pretty big thought to chew on. We know the AI learns to sort things based on the labels and groups that we humans give it. But as this technology gets more and more powerful and woven deeper into our society, who gets to define those groups? Who draws the first lines in the sand that the machine then learns from? That's a question that is becoming more important every single day. Thanks for joining me.